Welcome to Grade 5 Social Science, Chapter 6, Session 2, Location Town Planning. Let's see the pictures of streets, cities and buildings, the drainage system of Indus Valley civilization. So here in the below picture you can see the pool or boilie of Indus Valley civilization. Let's continue with the next slide. Here you can see the ground in this picture, and this is the ruined city of Indus Valley civilization, which is found by the archaeologists. And here is ground again, and here are few questions for you to answer. Observe the ruins and guess what it could be and write the responses on the placards. These are the ruins of the Indus Valley civilization. Today we are going to learn about the location and town planning of the Indus Valley civilization. Let's start. Read the text on location. Where exactly the Indus Valley civilization was located. So the Indus Valley civilization was spread over a large area comprising parts of Pakistan and India. The main civilization was situated near the river Indus and its tributaries. Therefore, it was named the Indus Valley civilization. It is also called the Harappan civilization because the pattern of life in this civilization resembles that of Harappa. You can see the area where it is located and the Indus River, which is in the blue, and you can see Mohenjo-daro, Harappa. These are the Indus Valley civilization cities. Answer the following questions. What are the Indus Valley civilization? Where was the Indus Valley civilization located? Why is the Indus Valley civilization also called the Harappan civilization? So here are the responses. You can just go through the responses. Where was the Indus Valley civilization located? You know the answer. And also, why is the Indus Valley civilization called the Harappan civilization? Here is your answer. The town planning. So the Indus Valley people lived in the first cities in India. They were very good in town planning. Such a system of town planning was not to be found anywhere in the world at that time. Look at the streets in the picture of Indus Valley and let's learn something about the streets of Indus Valley. The streets of the cities were quite broad. They were straight and they cut each other at right angles so that the blowing winds cleaned them. So the streets were cleaned by the blowing winds. So that's how the roads were designed, so broad. The streets had rounded corners to enable the heavy carts to take a turn easily. The main streets were wider than the side streets. The entrance to the houses was from the side streets. This prevented crowding on the main streets. The traffic on the streets was due to bullock carts and people walking on it. Every house had its own dustbin and nobody was allowed to throw dust and garbage on the streets. Every street had a lighting system. State any two features of the streets of the Indus Valley civilization. Check your response. The streets were straight and they cut each other at right angles so that the blowing winds cleaned them. The streets had rounded corners to enable the heavy carts to take a turn easily. Cities and buildings of Indus Valley civilization. The cities were built in rectangular pattern. The straight streets formed these rectangles in the cities. The houses and other buildings were made of clay bricks that had been baked in special ovens. These bricks were very strong. The cities of the Indus Valley civilization like Mohenjo-daro and Harappa were divided into two parts, one of which was built on a raised ground. It was called the citadel. So the cities of the Indus Valley civilizations like Mohenjo-daro, they have a citadel as we have discussed, and places for worship, workshops and granaries. In case of any attack or floods, the people used to take shelter in the citadel. The other part, which included the main city, was much larger. It was here that the people lived and worked. It was the lower part of the city. What was citadel? State any two features of granaries, great public bath. Explain the features of houses found in the lower part of the cities. So what is citadel? The answer is given below. You can just go through that. The next is state any two features of granaries, great public bath. So what are the features of granaries? And what are the two features of great public bath with hammam? It is also given here. You can just go through that. Explain the features of the houses found in the lower part of the cities, which we have already covered in our earlier explanation. Please go through the answer, which is in bold.
Thank you. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep learning.